Okay.
Right, because this is where the music plays, right?
Okay.
So I should be doing this because the music's going to be playing. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long podcast.
It's the first and the last. No.
You're not welcome back here.
Yeah, exactly.
As a matter of fact, I should leave right
We
now.
had to tell
before
Eric
it
to. We had to
starts,
tell
right?
Eric to dance.
Yes. But so yeah, here at this is a brand new thing for us here at AboutBeverages.com. I'm Keith,
I'm Andrew, and I'm in a different chair.
and I'm in a different chair.
I've been kicked out of my usual chair.
I'm the point person here, and I got to tell you, I'm not extremely comfortable with it, but I'm going to get there because we've got a guest to help us with that. We've got a sour beer to hopefully get us help us with that. And our guest today here on the podcast is actually
I'm Kristen, and I am Keith's wife.
yeah. And I'm her husband. Works out well.
And I'm her brother-in-law.
That's right.
We're going to get all the relationships out here
Yeah.
early on.
We'll diagram it. Put a little chart. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And how it all shakes out. So
We went
But,
to Ancestry.com and we put up the whole... No.
But we decided, actually it was Rachel who said she wanted to sit in on a podcast, right?
Yes. And it's funny then we don't let her on a
But
podcast.
she's not going to be on one.
So, no. She'll be on one later in the week.
Yes. And so we thought, well, hey, let's do a theme week. Let's have a wives guest podcast theme week. So that's what we're doing. And
So like Shark Week, it's like Wives Week. You know?
Very topical. Have you been watching Shark Week? I love the Shark Week. No.
I don't watch Shark Week.
Oh, that's
Do you?
unfortunate.
No, but I bought a card in anticipation of a future birthday with the Shark Week theme in it. I know, so you'll get that at a future
So
birthday.
that'll be yours.
That's a
That'll be
random
for your
thing. All
birthday.
right.
You
I'm very
watched Shark
excited.
Week, It was
No,
funny.
she actually did. When
I've
you
got
were
about
buying-
4 months to wait for that.
Yeah.
Right.
What a letdown that'll be. I know about this card.
Oh,
Oh, man.
depressing.
You told me
Sorry.
about this. Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Anyway.
All right, so the reason we kind of have chosen this beer in particular is why. You had a little bit of a reasoning behind this because,
A little bit.
as we have expressed, Kristen, not a huge drinker, always is willing to taste things, which we appreciate.
Right.
We always appreciate that. Usually it then comes with a face of like, ooh,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
It's not that bad.
If only we had some of those faces to edit in right now.
Yeah,
That'd be
exactly.
great.
I don't have any
Yeah.
of those.
You're not
Well,
always
we may
bad.
get one. Who knows?
Yeah, well, yeah, and we can.
I will
cut
purposely
those.
do everything I can to not show that face at this point.
But we want an honest and
Okay.
Yeah.
that's what we're looking for because you do have. I've always found your senses to be particularly keen.
But that's why we're doing the sour beer, because I actually kind of like the sour beers.
Yeah.
Of all the beers, if you could say I like any beer, because I really don't like beer.
But the
But-
two that you have tried, that's probably been almost your favorite beer.
I would
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, as far as Kristen actually liking a beer, that's the closest that you've come because you've been like, instead of that face we discussed earlier,
Not looking that bad.
it's been like, huh. So, which, to me, I'm like, oh, that's good news.
That's
for
like
me.
Siskel
So-
and Ebert, two thumbs up. If
It
you get
is.
a huh.
For Kristen, a beer. That's a good time. So yeah, when we were trying to figure out something to do here, I thought, yeah, let's go with a sour beer, and hopefully we'll have a good result. At least it'll be entertaining, which I think it already has been entertaining. So, but yeah, we're gonna go.
And we know how much you like the sour beers.
I do love the sour, and you also.
I do. I do
Yes.
love the sour beers.
They've become
as well,
one
so
of our
that's-
new favorite styles.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so tell us a little bit about it as I go ahead and open this up. What do we got? The Monk's Cafe Flemish Sour Ale.
This is a beer that is brewed in conjunction between Brouwerij or Brewery van Steenberg in Belgium and Monk's Cafe, which is, I believe, in Philadelphia. They got together. The people from Monk's actually approached the brewery in Belgium and said, "Hey, would you guys brew a beer for us that we could have in our restaurant?" And it was so popular, it's taken off from there, and it's now actually available other places outside of Philadelphia, as you can see, because I did not buy this in Philadelphia. I actually got it at Total Wine. I bought a 4-pack of this because I brought some of these over last week for the festivities that we had, and this was for this 4-pack. It was $13 for 4 11.2-ounce bottles.
Which actually, when you break it down, is not too bad.
Not too
'cause
bad,
It turns
yeah.
out to about $6.50, $7 for a bomber.
650.
$6.50 for a bomber, and also 4-pack of sour beers. Who does that?
Right.
You can't
Right.
find that. That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, somebody does it because
They do.
They do. Yeah.
I think they might be the first. Have you seen anyone else that does?
I no, I hadn't seen anything yet, but I was looking in the singles, and then I just happened to pass by.
Hey.
The other area.
You were looking
What?
at the singles.
I was looking at the singles. I was.
Sorry, just kidding.
At Total Wine,
I
no
was
less.
checking out the singles, the sour singles.
Sorry.
Wow,
Couldn't
that's
resist.
And I passed on the the singles, and I went straight for the foursome. So because I got a better deal.
You did get a better
I got
deal.
more action and a better price. So
I don't even know how to respond to that.
you started it.
I don't think there's anything to respond to.
So, but so then obviously, full disclosure, Andrew and I did have this beer last week,
I didn't.
But Kristen did not.
No.
So
And
because
it's
I don't
also-
drink beer.
It's right. But it is on the lighter alcohol, too, 5.5%.
yep,
So hopefully,
Woohoo.
I know, exactly.
we'll see.
All right.
Okay, so walk me through.
All right, so now we go ahead and we do the most exciting thing, actually the least exciting
The
thing,
least
which
exciting
is
part.
just looking at the color to see what we've got, which is it's hitting the Assam tea color like the last one we just had, kind of reddish brown.
Yeah, a little more dense, not quite as see-through, I would
Yeah,
say.
because I can't see Andrew through my beer.
It's more, I'd say, yeah, a
Just
little more
checking, you
intense
know.
brown and red.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
see ya.
I would say that's
It
correct.
actually looks kind of like Coca-Cola.
A little bit.
Like
I don't know what kind of Coke you're
looks
drinking.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
I'm just kidding.
That's why I said Coca-Cola, which I don't drink soda either.
I'm just
But
kidding.
it looks it looks like Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
that
So
way.
that whenever we do our water podcast, Kristen will be right on that.
You she would, actually.
all over that.
That's right.
Water
I
and
find Dasani to have a light.
water and
after-
diluted fruit juice.
Yeah.
That'll be our.
Which fruit juice dilutes the best?
Which, exactly.
We have an expert
Bet
right
you'd all
here.
love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
All right, now we'll get to the better part.
it is fun to have you here. I'm glad you were the sport and want to do this because it's nice. You've actually
Fun to be here. Thanks for having me.
I know that was very.
Sorry, it is fun to have. This is fun. This actually isn't your first appearance on one of our podcasts, though.
Oh, that's true. You did voice work for us.
You did a little
Twice.
with the Slayer, the Trout Slayer.
We did the Trout Slayer, which
Which
you and
you could
Rachel
find.
actually, my wife, helped out with pouring the beer, so we didn't know which was in a can,
Oh,
which was in a
right,
bottle.
right,
But then
right.
you were the voice of letting us know that we'd
Right.
chosen wrong. And
Wrong.
then you sat in on the other sour podcast, the Clutch Dark Sour, but you were just watching.
Yes.
You were a
Oh, right.
voyeur.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was nothing else going on. So
I should not bring up the previous conversation we had earlier podcast. But I just did.
oh, you did, but no one knows.
Inside joke. Location joke. You had to be there.
That's right.
Okay.
Exactly. So now it's the good part. It's the aroma time. Now it's all just about smelling.
Stop. Aroma time. Sorry.
There's MC Hammer dancing behind me right now.
You have to do them in the background.
Oh.
That's a great visual, by
He
the
only,
way.
he only spends his money on apparently like gold-plated houses. Did you see that when he was on Behind the Music? All the money he lost.
Oh yeah, he lost a ton of money.
It's actually kind of mild.
Yeah, it.
Like there's not a lot there. I mean, are not a lot of aromas. I don't mean that in a bad way. For me, mild is awesome.
No,
Mild is, huh?
and what we're looking for, and we're looking here to assess something honestly. If we think something is terrible, we'll say it. If we we've tried to say it in a slightly different way. Eventually, we probably get to that.
Yeah, when we eventually say.
but
we
when
never
we're
purchased
analyzing
again,
it, we try to. But no, we want honest feedback. It is. I would definitely say, even like the one that we just tried, the
Right.
it doesn't jump out nearly as much.
It doesn't. This one has more of an actual. This almost smells like a blended beer quality. Like I'm getting the vinegar sour kind of stuff, a little bit of that, but then I actually smell like malty, like beer, like actual beer in the end of it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not. It doesn't just take over with the fruit and the vinegar
Right.
and the balsamic and stuff like that. It's more toward.
Good call.
Just a mild light wine vinegar.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it is.
That's great.
See, if I was trying this in a restaurant with Keith, I would do exactly what I'm going to do right now, which is, that's actually quite enjoyable.
Is it?
This is very
We'll talk
nice
about other
because
flavors.
it's mild.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And actually, even like a mellow beer that's mild, I still don't like the flavor because there's an aftertaste. There's like a, okay, and maybe you should edit this later, but back in my younger years, you know, when you're
This
going-
sounds good. This is when the camera's going to pan in a little tighter.
when you're going to college and you're just out of your house and you know
Yeah.
you're trying some beers.
You're trying some sours.
No sours.
Expensive sour.
No
beers.
on a college budget. There, it's all about
This would have been one.
the cheap ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's that awful aftertaste.
Right.
And there is no aftertaste in this. And that is probably why I like it, because it's
clean.
You taste it and it's gone.
Well, I think that's the thing with the sour beers. Like I said, that vinegar flavor, I mean, if you actually think about like a vinaigrette or something like that, you get a lot of punch of flavor, but then it kind of goes away.
Yeah. This one, to me, has a little bit more of the heavy, almost an IPA type sour to me. It's not like that tongue pucker sour. There's a
no, this is more
blanket.
about little fruit.
Yeah.
It's more about actually kind of lemony.
There's actually almost a tingle. If you hold it in your mouth for a minute, it does. It almost has like a tingly feeling.
These do have a
quite
tighter
enjoyable.
mouthwash.
Yeah, you're right. That is like a lemony.
Much more enjoyable than mouthwash.
Yeah.
No.
Would you actually order this? Is it like, I know you appreciate being in here. We appreciate having you. Would you actually, if you were in the mood for a beer, which is probably almost never, but if you were actually like, oh, we're going out to dinner tonight, we're going to do this thing, I don't feel like getting a fancy mixed drink or getting this kind of thing, would you actually, wow, they have this on tap, I've had it, would you actually order it? Or is it still not quite enough for that?
If I was going to order a beer, however, that being said, being that I don't drink alcohol, if I do, it's usually a frou-frou drink.
Right.
But, and not a whole beer, but honestly, if this were like really cold, like fresh out of the nice frosty mug, I probably would enjoy that very much.
So you've just destroyed it with a frosty mug. Is that what you're saying?
Well, would a frosty mug destroy it?
Well,
well, you wouldn't want it to be a mug. It could be
A frosty glass.
a chilled glass. Probably.
A chilled glass.
See, that's a non-beer drinker doesn't know.
No. That's
Why can't you put it in a mug? That's.
Well, there's different glasses. It's like anything. There's different wine glasses for different things. There's different
Okay.
beer glass. And this isn't even exact. This is the best thing I have. You actually would usually get it in like a tulip glass.
Okay.
Is what you'd actually drink this in,
Yeah.
and like said, and there would be no frostiness like anywhere to be found.
If it were really cold, because then Keith knows, I like, if I do have a beverage, like on the rare occasion that I drink wine, and this is probably going to make a lot of you make the face that I make when I try beer, which is, I like ice in my wine.
You're not
See, you're
alone.
all making the face now, aren't you?
You're not alone. People.
I actually like, if I do have something alcoholic, I like it really cold, really, really, really cold, like hurt the nerves on your teeth cold. And so if this were super cold, I would probably. Okay, now I'm going to make my husband really excited here. I would.
I'm glad we have the table. Okay, go ahead, finish.
I probably would purchase a small of these. Like I could not drink a whole one because with the amount of beer I drink, I would be loopy
Well, you
after
could
one
you
beer.
could drink the top half that's super cold,
awesome,
and then when
then
it,
Keith can
then it
have
gets
the
down to
warm-
regular temperature,
Perfect.
then Keith would get
There
down.
we go.
That'd be great.
Look at that.
That's why your marriage works.
Solving
See?
problems right here.
Next
Exactly.
year, if we go to Yard House, we'll do that. I'll order one for me and one for you, and I'll have the other half of yours.
Well, it's nice. It is lower in alcohol, so you
Yeah.
don't really have to worry
Right.
about that at all. Okay,
No, this is nice.
so now for you, cost-wise.
The beer you spoke of, I would have one of those in the fridge.
Okay.
And I would buy this on a semi-regular basis because, as you pointed out to me last week, it's basically a $6.50 bomber, which I don't even have a problem thinking about doing. So, yeah, no, I would definitely do that.
Yeah, I would still agree. Like I said,
Yep.
this is, just because they are so cost prohibitive, it's nice that you can find one that actually still is pleasant
Yeah.
and decent, for that type of money. So I would agree, but I'd have to have that other one around. That was delicious.
It was.
It was really good.
Very
I
good.
wish you had a little bit that I could try.
I wish
but
we
you
did
drank
too.
it all.
And on that note,
Right.
head on over to the website if you're not completely offended by now to AboutBeverages.com and check out the tasting notes for this Flemish sour ale from Monk's Cafe. Monk's Cafe, is that actually that's not actually the
No,
name of the thing.
Monk's
right?
Cafe is the restaurant.
Thank you.
That went
Okay.
to this brewery in Belgium and said, "Hey, would you make this for our restaurant?"
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's where they can find out where it hits on our recommendation scale. But you can tell we like it quite a bit. So
And even Kristen liked it. So
I did.
I know.
Thumbs
Really.
up.
Thumbs up.
Woo!
We have a new addition to the rating scale is the thumb up. Although that's copyrighted, so we can't use that.
Right. No.
So we won't.
We're taking that out.
That's right. But while you're at the website, definitely follow us on Twitter, become a fan of us on Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube, because that's where you can find all of these raucous videos. But whether we like it or not,
I don't remember.
Oh.
Sorry.
you should give it a shot.
Ah.